Hey, 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 it's your girl Talia, and I'm ready for you to invade my space. Welcome to Talia Space, y'all, where we're going to be talking about everything. You hear me? We're going to laugh, we're going to cry, and most of all, we're going to love on each other, y'all. Let's talk. What's up, my social media family, and welcome, you guys. Welcome to the Look Good, Feel Good, Be Good, Impromptu podcast on today. Okay, welcome to Talia Space, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Today I decided to do an impromptu podcast because there's been some things that has been brought to my attention that I've been discussing with um a lot of different people, and I just wanted to come on here and give my opinion on the issue. I know these podcasts are normally done on Mondays, but this is one that I felt like I needed to do now. Okay, because the issue is present and is at hand. So I wanted to talk to you guys. I don't know, for those of you who are local, where I'm at, I'm pretty sure that you guys have already seen this, but there's been a flyer that's been floating around social media in regards to a school having a after school program that is it says after school, I think Satanic Club, I think that's what it is called. And I wanted to discuss that because I've been seeing a lot of different posts online. I've been seeing a lot of different people's opinions about what's going on and how they feel about it. And I just wanted to dive in and give my take on it. So first of all, I looked it up, and um, the school is saying that this is not a program that is affiliated with the school. This is actually a organization that is using the school building for after school purposes or whatever. And so this so the school is saying that this is not something that they are a part of, but this is something that they could not reject or refuse for someone to use their building for whatever purpose. And so I guess they wanted us to they wanted us to know that part, that they didn't have anything to do with it. It's not school affiliated. But here's my thing. Um, my first question is, how did these people know? How did this organization know that the school is available, or the resources out there for them to have this after school um, meeting or club or whatever at this school? How did they know that? Where did they get that information from? That's my first question. My second question is, um, how come the religious organization does not know anything about this after school, or being able to use a school building for purposes such as Bible studies or vacation Bible school? How come the religious organizations does not know that? That's my question. Or do you know? That's my other question. Did we know, as churches and as followers of Christ, did we know that this opportunity was available to do? Did we know that we were able to sublease or rent out a building, or a school building for this purpose? Did we know that? That's one of my questions, because here's why I'm asking it. If we did know, how come we wasn't proactive before this certain organization came about? If we knew that these schools are able, or that we're able to go inside these schools and host Bible studies or meetings or vacation Bible schools or anything like that, if we knew that, then how come we wasn't proactive? How come the only time we get active or reactive is when we see something happening that triggers us, when in actuality we should have been the first ones at this school hosting Bible studies and vacation Bible school and things like that. Those are my first questions off the top, because I need to know, how did this organization know to go to this school or to any school and host whatever meetings they're hosting or doing whatever after school programs that they're doing? How do they know that? Where do they get that information from? And then second of all, how come the religious organizations didn't know? Or if you did know, then how come we wasn't reactive? Well, proactive, I'm sorry. How come we wasn't proactive before now? Because here's where I get mixed up at, or I'm confused at, because us as Christians or as followers of Christ, or whatever name that you want to put out there that you're under when you're following God, us, we, those individuals, here's my problem. We do a lot of talking and we don't do a lot of action. There's not a lot of action behind what we're doing. We do a lot of talking, we do a lot of posting. This right here has upset us in some type of way, because a satanic organization has entered into the school. First of all, have you did your research? I'm not supporting this organization at all, but what I want to know is, have you did your research? Do you know what type of organization it is, or is it because it says satanic? Is the reason why it's triggering us? Because now I want to know what are they doing, and if what they're doing, no, what are they doing? That's what I want to know. What is this club doing? What does it pertain? What are they teaching the kids? And does it look like what we're teaching them? Is there a difference in what they're saying and what we're saying? Are they forcing their beliefs on our children? That's my question, because we're doing a lot of rah rah rah, but have we investigated? Do we know exactly what is going on at this school or with this organization? Do we really know? And if we do know, what are you planning to do about it? Because you can write letters, you can protest, you can do whatever you want to do when it comes to this organization and this school, but what are you going to put in place for those kids, or for this generation? Because the school is saying it's not, affiliated with the school. So what are you going to do to replace this organization? We should have already had things in place. We should have been proactive and not reacting off of something that has happened. We should have already had something in place for these kids to do, because let's talk about that. Not only is this club, it's called the After School Satanic Club or whatever, but my thing is, what are you doing inside of your home? Okay. What are you teaching your kids inside the home? Because this generation now, I'm seeing little kids twerking. I'm seeing little kids with short skirts on. I'm hearing them cussing and fighting and having sex in school and all these different things, smoking weed, sagging, robbing, thieving, stealing. Like, what are you teaching your kids at home? And is our home the satanic club? Because we want to talk about the school, but what are you teaching your kids at home? Are we the satanic club? Because us as Christians, or as God-fearing people, we want to rah 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 when stuff come up, but we don't rah rah rah, for the other things that have come up. We don't rah 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 when our kids are out here fighting and jumping people. We don't rah 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 when our little girls are coming home with hickeys on their neck. We don't rah 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 when our children are out here at games and cussing and fighting and they're showing their stomachs and their boobs, and you can halfway see their prints in the front and then in the back. We're not rah 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 over that. But when it comes to something that says satanic, After School Satanic Club, now we want to rah rah rah. But where was that? Where was that energy before now? Where is that energy when we seeing these kids doing this stuff on social media? Where is that energy? We're doing TikToks with our kids where the TikTok is cussing and doing all this different stuff. We're okay with that. But when it comes to an after school satanic club, now we want to apply pressure. We should have applied pressure before now. Don't apply pressure when when Satan is entering our school. Satan was already there. Satan was there when they took prayer out of school. Satan was there then. Satan is still there. Where is it at when these teachers are touching these kids, or these teachers are molesting these kids? Where is it then? Where are we? Let's not just get upset over this one thing and not address everything else. The city that we live in, Memphis, is known for the highest crime rate there is. People are scared to come in and out of Memphis. They're scared to drive through Memphis. Even Memphians are scared to go to certain restaurants, or scared to go downtown. They're scared to do different things because of the crime rate and how high it is. But we're not protesting against that. All we're doing is talking. We're not putting in anything positive when it comes to that. But we want to go all out when it comes to this satanic club. We need to go all out with everything. Keep that same energy when it comes to the cars getting robbed and people getting shut up in their own homes and their cars and at restaurants. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how we don't have enough security out here in Memphis, and let's talk about how the police department don't have enough people to secure the area. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how we say Black Lives Matter, but we're killing each other. Let's talk about that. That's a satanic club right there by itself. We're living in a satanic club. Yes, I understand. I get it. I don't like it either. When it comes to a satanic club being at an elementary school, because I feel like whatever is going on, those kids are not able to fight off those spirits, but they're not able to fight off the same spirits that are in your home. They're not able to fight off the molestation spirit that is in your home, the perversion spirit that is in your home. They're not able to fight that either. They're not able to fight the mama and daddy is cussing them out. They're not able to fight that either. They're not able to fight the stuff that's in their home. So you're sending them to school and they're not able to fight that either. But now you upset, but you have not changed the culture in your home. Why are we so upset? Are we upset at the name? If they had named it something else, would you be okay with that? And they're still teaching whatever it is that they're teaching, would you be okay with that? Because we have let so much stuff go on that it's ridiculous. We let our kids listen to anything. We let them say anything. We let them wear anything. And we're okay with that. That's satanic. The music that they're listening to is satanic. Where they're talking about robbing and killing and having sex and talking about the inside of their private parts and all that stuff. The music that they're listening to, that's demonic. That's satanic. So they're already entering a satanic club. But we want to be fixated on this one thing when we should be fixated on everything. Where are the problem solvers? What is the resolution? If you're going to post, if you're going to say stuff, if you're going to come out here and be upset about it, what are you doing to replace it? Where are the real Christians at? Where are the real followers of Christ at? What are we doing? I'm a youth pastor, so of course it hurts my heart that there's a satanic club inside of this school, but at the end of the day, that's just one school. What are we doing about the whole world? What are we doing about the city of Memphis? What are we doing to prepare these kids? What are we doing in our own home? What does your culture look like at home? Because if that's the case, if your culture look like what they're saying in that satanic club, then you might as well not even say anything. What's the purpose? What is the point?
I get so upset and angry with us because we want to choose and pick what we want to be upset about. We want to choose and pick the energy that we want to give to different subjects when we should be giving it to everything. Our children are out here doing some of everything. And we always talking about how lost this generation is. The generation behind us is lost because the generation before them is lost. We're doing some of everything. There are no examples anymore. So they looking to the world. We have given our children to the world. They're looking to the world. They're looking to weed, to alcohol, to drugs. They're looking to molestation and perversion and all that stuff. This is where they're getting into because we have released them to that. We have gotten soft as parents and have released our children to the Satanic Club. And I'm not talking about the one that's at the school. I'm talking about the one that is in the world, period. We want to talk about the Satanic Club, but the Satanic Club lives with us. It's in our home. It's in our churches. But we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about what we want to talk about. We want to pinpoint everything that we want to talk about and give certain subjects and topics, you know what I'm saying, so much energy. No, let's give energy to everything. If you're going to talk about this Satanic Club entering this elementary school, you need to be talking about what you're going to do on your end to save our kids. The enemy is already doing his part. What are you going to do to save our kids? What are you putting out there in the atmosphere to save our kids? What are you doing at home to save your kids? What are you letting slide and ride at home? Why have you let your home become the Satanic Club? What are you doing? Because our kids are following us. They're mimicking us. What are you doing? That's what makes me upset because we want to talk about it and we don't want to do anything. This is just a small portion. This is just one school right now that we know of that is having this club. But what about all the other schools that are in Memphis? What about all the other schools that are around the world? What about those schools? What about those kids? What are we going to do to save our children? Are we just going to keep typing and posting stuff and posting our opinions on Facebook, or are we going to start being proactive? So when this stuff does happen, they already have other avenues to go to. We want to talk, but what are the other avenues that these kids can go to? What are we doing? It frustrates me. What are we talking about? What's the point? What are you going to do about it? If we want to talk about things, let's talk about let's talk about some resolutions. Let's talk about some things that need to be done in our world in this era. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about when we meet as church people. Let's talk about our meetings now being strategic. What are we meeting about? Are we meeting to just meet? Are we meeting to just shout and just dance? What are we meeting about? We need to be strategic about what we're meeting about. Because if we're just meeting just to be meeting, our children are already lost. We need a plan. We need to be setting something aside. We need to be coming together, trying to figure out how to bring our children in. I'm pretty sure there's a church on every corner where there's children are. What are we doing? Have you reached out to those children that's around your church? What are we doing? Are we just meeting to just meet? Do we not have a plan? Do we not have goals? Let's bring these children in. Let's save our kids. Let's stop meeting just to be meeting. Bring your children to church. Stop giving them options. Have Bible study in your house. Pray in your house. That's where it starts at. It starts at home. What are you going to change in your culture, your home culture? Before you get out here and start tackling the world, tackle your house. Then we wonder why our kids are running around haywire and acting such a fool. It's because we have not set a culture in our house. The culture in our house is crazy. It's damaged. It's full of foolishness. What are you going to do about it? Are you just going to keep talking? What are we going to be doing now at church? Since we know that this is coming, what are we going to do now at church? Youth pastors, what are we going to do now? It's time to rise up and take our children back, take our city back. What are you going to do? Put a plan together to get these kids. And not just in church, but change their lives, change their culture. These are the next ones that's going to be doctors and lawyers and teachers and preachers. These same ones that's going to the Satanic Club, the same ones that are going to these are going to be our future leaders. And God knows we don't need any more leaders, any more teachers, any more doctors or lawyers or anything that does not believe in God. We don't need that anymore. We need some spirit-filled, some spirit-led leaders now. Some spirit-filled, spirit-led presidents, governors, doctors, lawyers, teachers, preachers. It first starts at home. What are we going to do? How are we going to save our kids? How are we going to correct our bloodline? Because some stuff is in our bloodline. What are we going to do about that? How are we going to destroy the stuff that's in our bloodline? We want to talk about the Satanic Club, but you got perversion in your bloodline. How are we going to kill that? How are we going to kill what we're bringing our children up in, what we're raising our children up in? How are we going to kill that? But we want to talk about the Satanic Club. How are we going to kill what they're listening to? We cussing at them. And then we get mad when the teacher come and say, your child was cussing today. I heard them use profanity. They hear it at home. They hear it in what they're listening to. What are we teaching them? We need to start getting this stuff out of our bloodline. It starts with us. What are you passing down to that child? But you don't want the Satanic Club at the school. But we hosted our own at home. Youth pastors, what are we going to do? It's time for us to step up and not just have a title, but actually start doing something. Start penetrating these kids' minds and their hearts and their souls. But we worried about somebody going into our schools. If they did it, and you know now that it's open, if you didn't know if in the beginning that we could do this, and you know now that you can, then why we not at these schools trying to sublease? Why we not at these schools trying to get an after-school program too? We just gonna talk? If you just gonna talk and you ain't gonna do nothing, then close your page down. Don't say nothing else. Let it be. We already know what the enemy is coming to do. We already know his plans. So we should have been proactive. This right here shouldn't have made us start being reactive. We should have been proactive a long time ago. If you didn't know that the schools was doing this or were capable of doing this, then we should have been asking around. How can we get inside the schools? What can we do? They're doing it. They had to ask some questions. They had to know somebody. Keep that same energy when it comes to everything. Keep that same energy when we're sharing fights and stuff of our children. Keep that same energy when we on here shaking our behinds right with our kids. Keep that same energy when we're on here cussing with our kids and we think it's funny. Keep that same energy. We want to talk about the Satanic Club? Make sure the Satanic Club is not in your house. Make sure the Satanic Club is not in your church. As Christians, we have one goal. And we all need to get together and figure out a way to save these kids. To change the culture in our home. Be examples to these kids. They watching you. They mimicking you. Our kids out here doing some of everything. Stop just letting stuff go. We scared of our own kids. Scared to say something. Scared to discipline them. If you don't, they will. You don't teach them, they gonna teach them. And when they start teaching them, when the enemy start teaching them, don't say nothing. Don't post nothing. Because you haven't done your job. We haven't done our job. The churches haven't done their job. I had to get on here and I had to say this because it's been bothering me. And I've been talking about it to a lot of different people. And I had to get on here and I had to say something about it. And I hope you guys, if I ruffle some feathers, good. If you don't want to listen to me no more, that's good too. But at the end of the day, do something about whatever it is that's going on in your own community. Start now. We weren't ahead of it, but we can do something now. I love y'all. I have another podcast going on Monday, and I hope you guys tune in. This was an impromptu one. I'll be doing a lot of these, further on. But I want you guys to. I just wanted to put something on your mind. So we're just not out here talking and posting, but we out here doing something about it. We out here putting some action together. We out here saving our kids. It's not too late. Youth pastors, let's get on our jobs. Love y'all.